Good morning, everybody. I'm Daryl Crow, and this show is all about you, the beginning art student. And what we do is we take a little bit of time every Monday morning and answer some of the recent questions we've received. Now, with me and helping me is Joe Kaczynski. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Daryl, how are you? Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today.
Now, Joe, what's our first question for the week?
Our first question comes from Patricia Anderson, and it should be a simple one for you.
Not all questions are simple for me.
Well, this one, hopefully will be simple. Hi there. I love the tips. My question is, what would be the best way to sign your name if your name is rather long, such as mine, Patricia Anderson? Thank you.
Well, Patricia, that's a pretty good question. In fact, we get it quite a bit in classes in which brand new students are wrestling with this question: what's the best way to represent my identity on a painting? And generally, what I tell people is, how do people already know you? Do they know you not as Patricia, but as Pat or Patty? Or is there a nickname? And sometimes that's enough. I have a good friend named Nora Bell, and what she does is she draws a little bell. And so everybody knows that's her after a while. But you see, it's not important how long that name is or how short that name is. Can you imagine being called Edgar Bierstadt? Yet he's one of the most famous artists in the world. And he spelled out his name, Edgar and Bierstadt. So he had even a longer name than you. So don't worry about how long your name is. Sign it the way you're being identified.
That was very good, I think. We'll check on that.
Now, I know that was a wrong statement by you, Joe, because you added, I think, and we all know you don't think.
Ah, good point, good point. You caught me again, son of a gun. Our second one is from Chris Maybrier.
Hi, Chris.
Mr. Crow, my name is Chris Maybrier, and I live in Cynthiana, Kentucky. I do a lot of drawing and just started to try painting, and have watched a lot of your videos. I need a lot of help with it. I never took any art classes in school, and a lot of people tell me that my art is so good, and I should not waste my talent. So I'm asking you for help on how to get better with my painting.
Okay, that's a great question. I get that a lot. I also get the question is, I know absolutely nothing. I don't have any talent. I don't know the first thing about art. But it kind of intrigues me, so what should I do? And that's kind of along the same thing, except that other people have already recognized your talent, Chris. Here's my general answer. Just get started, okay? Start doing what you're already doing. You're watching some videos on YouTube. You're watching other artists put together paintings, and you're watching, I gathered myself as well, which is a good way to start. Then go to the canvas and start practicing what you see. And then, as you develop your interest, you're going to be drawn to whether you want to do landscapes or seascapes or flowers or portraits or wildlife or tall ships or marine, your still life, city life, and you're going to say, gee, I really want to do something like that. Then that's when you want to take the next step and find an instructor who has clear, articulate instruction and whose paintings you also like. It doesn't do any good to go to an art instructor and you don't like their painting. So go to one whose paintings you do like. Also, go to one who is going to help you explain. I've seen a lot of students get frustrated because the art instructor is bringing in a brand new beginner and they're saying, just go ahead and start and I'll guide you while you're going. Well, the guy sitting there says, I don't even know what start is. And that's a key point. You need someone who's going to pick you up by the hand and take you step by step by step as we go through this. And that is what's critical. You want instructors that's going to teach you in the way you can learn. You want an instructor whose paintings you admire. So don't be afraid of doing that, Chris. Okay, Joe, anything else?
Yes, Daryl. We have another question here, and it's from Anne Marie.
Anne Marie.
Anne Marie. And she is from Dover, Delaware, by golly.
Oh, that's not far from here.
No, it's not. Right.
By space shuttle, it's about 2.5 minutes, isn't it?
No, it's about 2.5 seconds by space shuttle. And her question is a real good one. Not that any other ones aren't real good ones, but this is going to give you a little challenge. How can I paint on multiple canvases without them moving around on my easel?
Wow, that is a good question, and it's very interesting because I recently had a private student, Cherie, who wanted to paint this scene that's called Plum Valley, Plum Valley, onto 4 canvases. They were 12 by 24 inches. And so we our easels, which if you look here at this particular easel, you see it's really designed to paint with just one canvas, okay? But what you need is to construct a couple of tools, if you will, that you can put inside of this in order to stretch it out. Now, let me show you something. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is just a 1x1. It's 4 feet long because we had 4 canvases that were measuring 12 inches width, so that's 48 inches, so I made this 48 inches wide. And I put a foot, one of these little rubber feet, like you would use on the bottom of a piece of electronic equipment, every 6 inches apart, and I offset it. So we had one of these every 6 inches. And so this, I made 2 of these, one to go right up here like this, and one to go in the bottom. Now, since we were using more than one canvas, see, this would be good if I had a 4 foot wide canvas. Then I know it's not going to move around because I have the grips of the easel base, and then I have the grips right here that's going to hold that big canvas in. However, when you have multiple canvas, what you want to do is secure them. So what I did is I took a second, see, we had 2 of these, so one for the top, one for the bottom, and then I took a 1x6. Actually, this is about a 3/4 by 6, and I drilled holes that would match where the ends of the canvas would come. So they are 12 inches apart, offset by 1/2, so they go right into the wooden brace. And I screwed the canvases on right next to each other as tight as I could so they would not move, and then I would place them inside the canvas. Let me show you a few pictures, if you will. Here's how I constructed the different braces, and this one shows how I attach the back plank to the 4 different canvases, and I just used a regular screw gun. The one thing you want to make sure of is that it's not a 2-inch long screw that you're using. You want a screw that will measure the width of the plank plus no more than 1/2 inch into the canvas. Any more and you run the risk of splitting the canvas brace. Okay, and then when you assemble them and put them onto the canvas, this is what it looks like. Okay.
That was very helpful. Boy, that's amazing. That's really creative, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you, Joe. I have to say that unlike yourself, I have an engineering background, and so it came from that.
Ah, hey, last week I couldn't even spell engineer. Now I are one.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Well, you know, we're working on you learning to spell PC.
I'll have it next week for sure, I promise.
Okay. Okay, everybody, that pretty much wraps up what we have today. And if you've got questions, let me invite you to send them to us at Darryl@darrylcrow.com. And remember, for every question you send it to us, even if it's one we've answered before, we're going to send you a download link to a beautiful painting that you can start painting with today. I'm Darryl Crow, and this is
Joe Kaczynski.
And together we know that, yes, you can paint.